Good morning, everyone. This is Mondays with Bev and Paul again.
Oh, and I'm Bev.
And I'm Paul. And this is October 9th, 2017, and we're not really sure what happened to that last one.
It was a rehearsal.
It was a rehearsal, but we think this is going to go live. It says it's going live, and hopefully it's going to our Facebook page. If there's anybody out there, send us a little comment so we can tell if this is actually being posted.
Right.
So, but let's go over just a little bit of what we did. We have 20 minutes to share with folks.
Okay.
And it said it started at 10:16. I don't know where their time is.
I don't.
Where they're getting 10:16
because
no it's 10:20 here.
I'm confused.
So anyhow, these shows are about doing a few things: teaching BioTouch, going over a part of our manual or our book, and talking a little bit about different parts of those.
And we would like to start, dialoguing. And, if you have any questions for us, that would be nice to interact. And from time to time, we're going to be sharing with you what's going on with our certified practitioners in the world and this amazing network that is being built.
Yeah. Of which we just had one with Michaela in Germany.
Oh.
We just got off the phone with them.
We did.
Michaela was teaching a class with Christine Bock, I think it is, from Switzerland.
Wow.
So that was a great conversation. Christine is excited about getting certified and going to Switzerland and then passing it on to people there. And we talked about an interesting situation with her, which was about the German publisher who's and it was because the German publishers put the book in German, then put the manual in German, and then put the DVD in German, of which the manual and the DVD along with the book are all available in the bookstores.
Yeah. Isn't that's great.
It's just way into the public mainstream, of which it would be great to get our manual and DVD in the bookstores.
Something to think about.
Yeah. But, we were talking about how I talked to the publisher and I said, well, do you need me to come out for a book launch or Deborah to come out for a book launch? And he turns to me and he goes, well, I don't think so because, it's not really about you. It's about BioTouch.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, really?
Okay.
Talk about an ego deflation. And so we thought, well, let's talk about the ego on the show today.
Yeah.
And we found this part in our manual.
Well, go figure.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to share this real quick. It's just one of the little paragraphs. It's actually from the Epilogue in our manual. And it says, anyone may become an effective instrument in the process of healing, but should recognize the danger of the ordinary opinions enforced on society. Associates are responsible not only for their actions, but for any advice offered a recipient. The associate must temper judgment, be circumspect in opinions, and suppress the ego. Well,
right.
Look at that.
And when we were talking about it, we sort of said, well, I wonder really what we mean by suppress, because, we've been talking about how you can't really get rid of the ego, and it's not even necessary to get rid of it.
Right.
When you go into a healing work.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of it is at what BioTouch really offers the opportunity is to recognize and acknowledge I have an ego, but in that moment it comes in it's not that it's suppressed, it's that it's actually just working with whatever we're doing. So we have an opportunity to stand and be present with somebody. And it's in that moment, that we were also talking about this concept of love.
Right.
And so the ego is just there. It's not because what we were saying yesterday is when we begin to just, step into that, what if, or am I doing this right? And am I going to be effective? That's when the ego gets in kind of gets in the way. So we don't want to suppress it so much. It's just acknowledge it and just
that it's there.
Yeah.
And as we share in the class, even jerks can do this because I've proven it. I'm one of the bigger jerks on the planet. People go, "Oh no, you're not.
Oh, you're so sweet."
But and it's acknowledging that we have raunchy thoughts, we have beautiful thoughts. We're a loving, kind person. We can be an idiot. We can be angry. We can be lustful, greedy. But all of that, no matter what we think we are, has nothing to do with the technique itself and the expression of love that happens from doing that technique.
Yeah, right.
We had that, we interviewed Rosa, and she really liked the concept about, we're not here to project love or create a thought about love or, I'm going to do BioTouch, I'm going to love you. It's just about doing the points and letting love be.
Well, and that's interesting because, that's what we are. If and we say it all the time, we are love. And this BioTouch is inherent. So if we're just in that moment, you can't help but just share that touch of love. And you're just in a presence of being.
And that's where the healing seems to happen. And we have to say seems to, because, we don't really know what's going on.
No, we say that quite a bit. We really don't know what's going on, which again is very powerful.
Right.
Because when we say we don't know, what we're saying is all things are possible, unlimited. We don't know. So everyone can come into their own awareness with whatever they're doing.
So if there's a statement about suppress the ego, then to me that would be about saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to just let the ego do its chitter chatter. And then another part of me just says, well, I don't know.
Right, exactly. The other thing that Christine brought up when we were talking about the certification program, which entails intern hours, and we just, Skype or whatever, and they proved to us, yes, I know where those points are. And she was saying, so what do I have to do to prove to you that, I've been doing these hours? And we said, oh, we trust you that you're going to, you're doing exactly what you're saying that you are. And she thought that was a very powerful thing for her.
Yeah,
this trust.
And powerful even along lines of the teaching of BioTouch and what BioTouch as a healing technique is about. Just trusting that things will happen on their own. We don't have to manipulate energy, move energy, bring energy down.
Again, the ego gets in the way. Yeah.
It's just about touch.
Touch.
And so that's our goal. And here again, here's our website, justtouch.com. where you can go and learn how to do it on your own. You can download our manual DVD. Usually we have a video here that we share with people, but we don't have the technology today.
That's not going to happen today.
But, and another part of that ego that reminds me when I first wanted to get involved, and I was studying with this elderly man, and, everything in the philosophical, spiritual teachings is always about, check your ego, put your ego, sit in meditation, put your ego to the side. And so I go to him and I go, I don't know if I should get involved in this healing work. It could really enhance my ego. That was a good ego statement. And he says to me, he says, if you don't get involved, that's your ego.
Wow.
So
there
it's
you go.
Boing.
So right there we have the two sides, suppressing and then not working with it.
Right.
And somewhere in the middle is just acknowledging both, that we're this and we're that. And when we stand in the middle, which BioTouch lets us do, you're just in that moment. Yeah.
Yes, it's so inspiring. And Bev and I have come to this really strong awareness after this last class that, we're all ready. Humanity is ready for a simplicity and for this technique. And so we see that with all the people coming forward that really want to step up and teach this now.
Oh, it really is. We're beginning to see, and I think maybe it's because we're beginning to hold a whole different thought that humanity is ready for BioTouch, and now it's our responsibility to provide for all of these other amazing people who want to help share it in the world, to give them these really creative programs that they can step out and do with it whatever they want to do.
You know, we talked with Julie, our marketing PR director. We've talked with other people who are certified practitioners about, you know, how do you get BioTouch out there, and how do you allow people to help subsidize their income, if not make it as a part of an income stream without, you know, ruining the integrity of the technique. And then somebody said, well, maybe you should make it part of a network, multi-level, you know, marketing program where you've got people doing this and doing this. And we went online and realized there are a lot of techniques out there that do that. And we said, you know something, that's not what we're here to do.
That's not.
You know, we're just here to present the technique.
Right.
And encourage people to go out and share it whatever way they want.
That to me is keeping it simple, which is what we're always speaking about in terms of keeping it simple and keeping it pure, and not letting, because a lot of that advertising and sales, boy, are we dealing with the ego at that level. So
for all of you out there, if this is your first time with us, you know, you can learn it by just going to justtouch.com. And, you know, we've had, we'll share more of her, Rose and her husband, Larry. You know, she learned it just with the manual and the DVD, and the very first time she did it was having results with her and her husband, who's had a stroke, and his arm was always curled up like this, and now it's relaxed, and he can actually begin to use his hand to take photographs
his camera
again. Yeah.
Oh, gee, so, it's really an unfolding love story for those two.
And
right?
She did it just by getting the manual DVD, and that's inspiring to us, because that's what it's about. You don't have to be certified. You don't have to take a class. You just have to learn a few sets of points and then do it.
Get it into your family circles, and then your friends, and just, you know, just sharing it. It's just what we're here to really hold for everyone. So.
And that's why we do these Monday shows. We do these usually at 10 a.m. Tucson time. Yeah. We were a little late today, but we hope you've tuned in with us, and we appreciate that you've allowed us to come into your home or into your phone or onto your tablet. And we hope to see you next week. My name is Paul.
And I'm Bev.
And we will see you all next week, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Have a glorious week.
Yeah, bye, everybody.
Bye.